things to win a football game, guys. Special teams.
Special teams.
On field goal or extra point, whatever you want to call it. Boys, you step inside. You step towards the football. You can let anything get on your outside.
Never any.
Just don't let it get on your inside. Great football game at Storrs for all of those people who missed it. Did not rain that much. It was a decent day. It was a little cold and wet at the beginning of the day, but once kickoff happened, it was all good. I do think there is a contingent number of people in East Hartford that check the score each quarter and decide whether or not they're going to go to the football game. Because it felt like that game continued to grow in attendance.
I almost came at halftime.
You're one of these people.
Well, my friends were there.
Kurt, you're one of these people.
No, my friends were there, and they were like, the weather's not that bad.
Yeah.
I was concerned the weather was going to be bad. Did not want to sit in the rain. Not at my age. Don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
But my friend and his kids were there, and he said, no, it's not that bad. It's not raining. So, but I thought there was a good contingent of fans there for what was forecast as 90% chance of rain.
I am
the entire game.
Very impressed with the fans that are there and how loud that building can get. Like, there's something engineer-wise that really brings the sound out. Now, I told you that Terrell Vaughn, number 0 of Utah State, could possibly ruin our day. And then we talked to our friend Adam Giardino, as we always do on Fridays. Like, if anyone's really good at taking away their best player, it's Coach Mora. And he can take away their best player. And he did. But he forgot about that Royal guy, number 1 on the team on the other side of the football.
I think it was Royals, and he was unbelievable, man.
He had 3 scores, 2 of which were just walk away, like defense wasn't nowhere to be found, or they went for the ball and they fell down.
So it was explained this way, that one guy was in man-man coverage, the other guy was in zone coverage, and they both miscommunicated.
Correct.
And so he was wide open.
And then there was a ball that was battled for at the end of the game that he ends up ripping away from our defense at UConn, and he just walks in the end zone. But besides all that stuff that happened, we didn't have anybody kicked out of the game on defense really quick, so that was a good thing. Get this, I'll tell you one thing. Offense played way above their skis. Yeah. I'm so proud of what I saw offensively for UConn. I thought the receivers had their best game. Cam Ross had his best game. Taquan Roberson had his best game. Looked like a very good quarterback. Minus the first pick that he threw at the beginning, but it had some cobwebs, had to shake off, shook them off.
He threw for 255 yards. That's huge.
That's big for them. That's really big for that. Looked like
TDs.
A real Division I offense. They battled back, too. I mean, coming down to the wire, had a big play down the sideline. Buckman making a play inside the 5. Oh, and I love the short yardage offense with our man Jelani Stafford, a.k.a. the new – we got to give him a new name other than the refrigerator because that's taken. Ice box is taken from Little Giants. Work on it, Kurt. Kurt, work on it. We need a nickname for Big Jelani. This guy giving the ball inside the 5. I think it was a 3-yard run. Tries leaping over the pile. Like, what are you doing, Jelani? You know you weigh 300 pounds. You ain't going to jump that. Lands on his feet and says, you know what? I'll just run around the right side. Runs around the right side. Score! Whoa, 33-34. All we got to do, Dibs, is hit this extra point. We're going to overtime. All right. Oh, you got the cut? Excellent. Let's hear how it sounded.
It's horrible.
This isn't how it sounded, Kurt.
Snap is good. McFadden's kick is blocked. Oh, Utah State blocks it. And they cover it. And at the 22-yard line, the Aggies are going to get out of here with a win.
Escaping out of there with the win. I'm a fan of kicking the field goal or kicking the extra point. This is my 2-point conversion rules, and it's shared by most people in football. But when you're at home, you go to overtime. When you're on the road, you go for 2 for the win. A lot of people are saying, well, why didn't he just go for 2 right there?
I agree with that. Tie at home, go for the win on the road. But when you're 0-4, and you've got Stafford, you also have thrown the ball to him.
Running game was going good. Victor Rosa was looking good.
Running game was popping.
Cam Edwards loved this thing.
I know you hate kickers.
Yeah, I don't
in the rain.
Get him out of here.
In the rain. So I'm thinking, what the hell? If we lose and we go for 2, people are going to be like, you went for it. You're 0-5. It's 34-33.
I wouldn't have been mad.
I wouldn't have been mad at all.
No.
But the way that ball was blocked.
Oh, man. Step inside. Just got to step inside.
That'll give you the blues.
Paul in Bristol has an idea for the names for Stafford.
All right, Paul, what you got?
The Mack truck.
Oh, I
was
like
thinking
the
Mack
truck. I like the Mack truck. It'd be better if his last name was like a Mick or something like that, like an MC and
Mick truck.
C. But Jelani, I like it. I like it, Paul. Thank you. The Mack truck. Jelani, the Mack truck Stafford. Love this guy on defense too, man. A true two-way player. Definitely a player. Jackson Mitchell got to play the whole game. That guy's an NFL linebacker. I'm going to tell you boys right now.
Or even a cornerback.
All over the field. Yeah, he might be a little light.
Small
He might
for
be a
linebacker.
little. So I got to meet
His parents.
His parents. So much smaller than he is. Now, when you see Jackson Mitchell on the field amongst those other monsters, he looks normal size linebacker.
Substantial.
This dude came up behind me with his pizza box ready to get the hell out of the rent, ready to talk to his mom and dad and get on the bus, right? Turned around. I was kind of shocked the size of Jackson Mitchell in real life. Like, he's different looking when he is standing right next to you. He feels a lot bigger than what he is.
He feels a lot bigger in pads. Or you think he's bigger in person?
I think he's bigger in person.
Okay.
I think he's bigger in person. His mom and dad are nowhere near his size. He is a monster. But then I get around some Price Yates and some Valentin Sen. Those are some big boys. I thought UConn played some great football on Saturday.
They deserve to win that football game.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Patriots, Jets. I don't think the Jets are bluesing today at all. I think they're going to watch that video and be like, take a lot of positives out of last night's game.
There's some people on that team. Like, I thought there was a play that hits Michael Carter right in the face. Yep. Like, it was the play where Zach Wilson is getting bum rushed by Chandler Jones and company, gets out of the pocket. Like, impressive how he got out of the, like, God, this guy can run. Throws a little baby floater, a little, baby bird's egg that's supposed to land in the nest perfectly. And it was like Michael Carter was like so surprised. Wow, he got out of the pocket. Got hit with the football. Didn't think he could throw it too. Plays like that they'll see on film today, those guys, and Michael Carter's not the only one, but those guys should stand up and apologize to Zach Wilson. Because they need to make those plays. When you have a struggling quarterback, and I say this about UConn's football team as well, when you got a struggling quarterback, just know it's not going to be perfect, man. When you go and break your route, you should have in the back of your mind, this thing is going to be something I got to jump for, something I got to stretch for. The touchdown that he misses on the sideline to Garrett Wilson hits his hand. I thought Garrett Wilson could put a little bit more of an effort and make a diving catch on that one.
I tell my first baseman from 8 years old to 18, expect a bad throw. Expect every throw to be bad.
It's a good one.
And then when it's good, that's easy. Just sit there and step on the base. But, in baseball, you can't stretch too early. In football, if you're expecting the worst scenario and then the good one happens, well, that's what's supposed to happen. But if you're prepared for the worst scenario, and like you said, and it's not just making plays, it's you're good enough to play D1 football. You're good enough to make some of these catches. Sometimes you have to lay out. Sometimes you don't. But, I keep telling my players, I expect you to be great. Not just good. I expect you to be great. Expect that out of yourself. And I think that Moore expects that out of these guys. And like you said, when a guy's not having his best day, that's what a team is all about. That's what team is all about. And then sometimes the defense has to pick you up. And I thought the defense played a great game on Saturday.
I did too, man. I thought they were lights out. There's a couple of key missteps.
All right, I know the first tips question of the day is going to be something else. Do you want to bring the Kelsey distraction back? Because I think we need more than a couple minutes to talk about it.
I agree. I am on this tip. Kurt said this in Who You Got, and Kurt nailed it. The Swifties are a distraction to the Kansas City
100%,
Chiefs.
100%. We'll talk about that later. We'll be right back with First Dibs question of the day.
97.9